thinking of it. Do you know a mazurka called La Belle Polonaise?
Yes, Aurelia.
Could you sing it now, this very minute?
Yes, Aurelia.
All of it?
Yes, Aurelia. Do you hear that whistle? Those musicians of hell, from Poland to France, come calling steps, so gracious, audacious, will you put it perchance? Now my arm I twine, round your shoulders in mine, so pure, so impassioned, which but who's interrupting now, Aurelia?
This very morning, exactly at noon, I discovered a terrible plot. There is a group of men who want to destroy the whole city.
Is that all? But I don't understand, Aurelia. Why should men want to destroy the city? It was they themselves who put it up.
You are so innocent, my poor Gabrielle. There are people in the world who want to destroy everything. They have the fever of destruction. Even when they pretend that they're building, it's only in order to destroy. When they're putting up one building, they're quietly knocking down two old ones. They build cities in order to destroy the countryside. They destroy space with telephones and time with airplanes. Humanity is now dedicated to a task of universal demolition. I speak primarily of the male sex.
Aurelia! What you told sex in front of Gabrielle?
There are two sexes.
Gabrielle is a virgin.
She can't be that innocent. She keeps canaries.
I think you're being very cruel. They're not big and beautiful and as loyal as dogs. I prefer not to marry, it's true. But I hear excellent reports of their fun friends who've had an opportunity to observe them closely.
My poor darling, you're still living in a dream. But one day, you will wake up as I have, and you will see what is happening in the world. The tide has turned. Men are changing back into beasts. I remember a time when the hungriest man was the one who took the longest to pick up his fork. The one with the broadest grin on his face was the one who needed most